On a related issue, Director Young, during your confirmation hearing, which probably at this point seems like a decade ago to you, I raised an issue of a specific Army Corps project to improve levees along the Pajaro River near Watsonville, California. I raised it then as an issue of equity. The Pajaro River project was long overlooked because it would protect a low-income community with low property values. Now, it may or may not have been a conscious ignoring of that low-income community, but my point is the systemic consideration of these factors by the Army Corps of Engineers. Their rigid benefit-cost ratio formula systemically disadvantages projects that would protect communities like this one. So I was proud to help secure $82 million in the bipartisan infrastructure law to begin the project to reinforce the levees in this historically underserved and largely farm worker community of Pajaro, California. And unfortunately, I imagine you've seen the images for days now. Mother Nature did not wait for the Corps to complete its work. This past week, the levee broke, flooding the town and displacing hundreds of households. And many of the residents are now out of work long-term because nearby fields remain underwater. And these families won't be able to return to their homes probably for months. Director Young, you and I have talked about the need to address how the Army Corps, as well as OMB, should be thinking beyond just the benefit-cost ratio in order to ensure we're protecting vulnerable communities equitably. How can we shift the federal government's approach to ensure that communities like Pajaro and Watsonville receive the resources they need before it's too late?
Yeah, well, one, you're talking to a child of South Louisiana. I pulled out more drywall than a human should have to, and it's devastating to families and communities. And those communities are more than a benefit-cost ratio. And you have my commitment to work with you in Congress to make sure there is change beyond when I'm in the seat, to make sure that we're looking at a way to be absolutely cost-conscious, because there's never enough money, even with the infrastructure law. Lots of communities have flood control projects that we can't get to. So we do have to be cost-effective, but this idea that poor communities don't deserve the same flood control protection as those with higher value in houses is just patently unfair. So I'm sorry we got there too late to those communities, but you know, I certainly want to work with you and see what we can do to systemically change this for the future.
Okay. Senator Lee. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chair.